Hi guys, how are you today? We got some really good housewife stories today. We're going to talk about Erika Jayne's lawyer wanting to quit. Okay, filing the motion to quit. Then we're going to talk about Jen Shah, who said that she was coerced by the cops into saying things that she didn't mean. Then we're going to talk about Danielle Staub and her role in the Housewife and the Hustler. So let me go ahead and play my intro, allow more people into the room, and then we'll get right into it. Hi guys, how are you? Freddie is in the house. Hi Freddie, how are you?
Good, how are you?
You've got a very busy life, don't you?
I do have a busy life. So I've got uni, I've got a job. I'm setting up my own TikTok as well about reality stuff. So
I'm so
you can follow
excited
me
for
on
you.
Reality Diamond on TikTok now. And I'll be sharing stuff. I'm still coming on here, of course, to be sharing what's happening. So we're busy. I've got the two law, the law document.
Yeah, so I was going to say, you give me a call this afternoon about what?
So, yeah, I got in contact with you and Perry, and I said, guess what? Erika's attorney is withdrawing, he's not going to be working with her anymore. And Perry was like, great, we need to be doing a video on this. And I was like, yes, get in there.
So he wants to quit, but he needs permission first, right?
So he needs permission. So what he's said in the court documents, so he is from the firm Dinsmore and Scholl LLP, and he claims that he says the relationship of trust and confidence that is essential to a properly functioning attorney-client relationship has broken down, and in the good faith assessment of counsel, the relationship is irreparable. Withdrawal is appropriate under such circumstances.
What does that mean, Freddie, in layman's terms? That they got in an argument? What does it mean?
So he is saying that he doesn't have a good working relationship with Erika, or he could be using that as an excuse, basically saying, I don't believe in that case anymore. I don't. And, you know, they're a big firm, these people. And you don't, as a big firm, you don't want to be on a losing side or taking a case that's evidently clear that you could be losing it. So he could be thinking, well, it's evident I'm going to lose it. And that's not, and being around this whole does not look good for your career or that firm. So maybe that's another reason that they've decided that they don't want to be a part of this circus.
They are falling apart behind the scenes. Tom doesn't want his brother to be the conservator anymore. The lawyer doesn't want to work with Erika for unknown reasons. Do they have to legally state what the reasons are, or they could just say whatever?
So what Peter J. Mastan has said is that if the court concludes that additional information regarding the nature of the breakdown is necessary to decide the motion, counsel requests the opportunity to prevent such evidence in camera to protect the confidential nature of the relationship between counsel and its client. So they're basically saying is he doesn't really want to have to go into specifics and give the exact reason of if it's a relationship breakdown, if it's that he doesn't really have faith in this case, which I do suspect is the case. But ideally he doesn't want to reveal it, but we might not know.
Well, I have a question for you. Do you know this answer, or should we say this for Ronald Richards? How is Erika paying her attorney?
Well, that's the good question. We don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that it's going to be due to the housewives check, her Fenty money that she's still getting.
Yeah, but here's Perry. Let's see what Perry has to say. Hi, Perry.
Hey, sorry I'm late. It was a lot of traffic down there at the corner of Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard. Erica down there trying to make this cash.
And I'm sure you're busy with that hotline keeping you busy.
Oh, well, hey, yeah, the hotline is blowing up and it is hot outside, 109 degrees.
Here, I forgot. It's very hot today.
Like I said, and the traffic's backed up. She's down there, I guess, trying to raise money for the attorney fees.
Perry is so bad.
We've got Danielle Staub begging people to like watch her and get on the show again.
This is what I'm thinking, Freddie. They're falling apart behind the scenes, her and Tom. Did you get a chance to watch the documentary? I know you're busy.
Well, sadly, it's not been out in the UK, but I've seen the clips on YouTube, so I have quite a good idea of what's happening. But to be honest, before it came out, I wasn't really interested in watching it. I personally am not interested in what two ex-housewife wannabe bloggers, in my opinion, have to say on this. I don't think that they've got qualified opinions. I don't think they've researched what is happening that well. And I'd much rather hear from people like Ronald Richards and other attorneys that are involved and do have that law and knowledge and just a whole better understanding of this case.
I felt the same exact way. Have you seen it yet, Perry?
What's that?
The Housewife and the Hustler?
No, I just walked past a couple times. When you
felt the same exact way. What do these two bottom feeders, Dana Wilkie and Danielle Staub, have to contribute to the Erika RHOBH case? But it was actually good because what they said really didn't mean anything. It was just dead time, and they really had clear-cut evidence of things that they were talking about. I don't even know why they brought those two on. They didn't need them to begin with. They had two other correspondents that were excellent. So those two were just taking up space and probably begged the producers to be on or something. I don't know how they even got on the show, but they did not influence the documentary. It was an excellent documentary. You've got to check it out as soon as it comes over there, Freddie. But what they laid out was kind of like, for me, made me believe that the divorce was fake. It was an attempt to save their reputation and perhaps some cash and, not make Erika look as bad. So if that's the case, if these two, and there have been no rumors, and we have checked, of Erika dating anyone, right? And then, of course, it's the opposite. I have heard rumors that she goes over and sees Tom. With that being said, if they are still partners in crime, their plan is falling apart by the seams. Do you think the attorneys feel like this is a losing battle? Let me jump ship now, if we had to guess. Freddie?
If I had to guess, yes, I'd believe it. I mean, all the evidence that's stacking up against them, it's increasing and it's getting worse and worse. And it's getting to a point of, how can I protect these people when it seems that they really are crooks, and that there's no using law, there's no ways to try and shift it and change it, and they're just, the lawyers are basically in a rut, and they're not going to earn any money.
Perry, where are you laughing?
No, I'm just laughing. I mean, because the whole thing is ironic right now. No attorney want to be on the losing ship. They'll take the cash. But then, some of them that have money, you be like, hey, you know what? I'd rather have my reputation. And some of them will try to bounce out, do whatever. But that's exactly what they get.
Also, she could be dealing, the attorney could be dealing with an unwilling client. Maybe Erika maybe he's saying, there's no way you can keep all of this. And she's like, no, I want my shoes, or whatever the assets are.
Another possibility as well. I think there could be a plethora of different reasons as to why this relationship has broken down. Now, what they have said in this filing is that they're very keen for a smooth transition, as Erika is going to have to find new legal counsel, as I believe it was yesterday that they said, we don't want to work with you, Erika, and that there are two upcoming court cases that should not be delayed because of this Dinsmore law firm's withdrawal. So the two cases coming up, we've got one on June the 18th at 10 a.m.
That's soon.
And that's a
Friday.
meeting of the creditors. And then we've also got one later down the line on April the 20th, 2022. And that's the deadline for filing complaints under Section 523 and 727.
I have a feeling it's not going to be easy to find new counsel because this is a high-profile case. I mean, unless they take it on pro bono, do you think
No, because, I mean, with the court, if they did that on pro bono and based on how it's, or not pro bono, but if they're doing it on a commission basis, it seems very easily they're going to lose. And then Erika's going to have no money. So a law firm or a lawyer is going to have to come up, as Ronald mentioned, when that happens on commission. It's the law firm that have to pay for what happens, and then they basically get paid back at the end. So that would mean if Erika lost all her money, those lawyers, that law firm specifically, would be screwed. They wouldn't have.
So how does that?
They wouldn't get paid.
I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. I'm so anxious to ask this question. Whatever law firm takes her on, how are they going to get paid? Because that housewife's check can only go so far.
Right. I mean, maybe that's enough for them to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. But at the same time, maybe they could be leaving. Just because you have an attorney, you still got to give him something to work with.
Yeah.
If she's not cooperative, because sometimes she thinks she's above it all.
Ooh.
Well, I just pay you this money and I don't need to talk to you about anything because you just work it out and win. Well, you can't win. They need to know what they're trying to defend against. You see what I'm saying? If you get a person
Freddie, you have an admirer.
Oh,
wait, hold on.
Right. Oh, thank you. Oh, I think I personally look really pasty, but I'm like a worse pasty boy.
Damn, Freddie's skin. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I had to.
I'm pasty, but I look after it. But what I was going to say, what I find is really ironic is that every time I go live with you guys, I always seem to end up wearing this red t-shirt. Now, red is a symbolism for danger, for evil, and for blood. And we always seem to be talking about allegedly evil people. So it seems rather fitting that...
Wait, hold on. Before you go on, I wanted you to see this. So in the, what's it called? The Housewife and the Hustler, they actually showed Tom giving his deposition. And doesn't he look like he's an Alzheimer's patient? He looks, yeah, I know. He's a con artist. He looks nothing like we've seen him last on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I mean,
he just looks grumpy, and he's grumpy because he's got no money.
You said that he's stressed.
He's been turfed out of his house. I mean, he's just angry that he knows he's off to the care home soon.
Yep. His money gone, his woman gone.
He's having,
his money gone, his woman's gone, his pride is gone. The house is just crazy. Now, let me ask you this. It's not a good look, is it, Freddie? When people keep changing counsel, why is that bad? Do you have to start all over? Why is it bad?
I mean, it's not, no, the whole process doesn't start over again. It's basic. What's going to happen is there's going to be a transition. Now, as the law firm dropped out yesterday, Erika will now be in a frantic panic, looking for a new law firm, looking for a new counsel to be able to represent her.
Because June 18th is Friday, I believe.
Yeah, so she's somehow going to have to find someone to represent her.
How do you get a lawyer by Friday? Today's Tuesday.
I don't know. Maybe she's going to have to go on like Yelp and find like some one. I don't know.
Tom should know somebody.
Well, Tom's
that's if you can remember that. That's if you can remember.
Ronald Richard's super fan. That's so cool. Sorry, go ahead, Freddie. You're saying?
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna have to, I don't know, pick up someone off the street.
She's in a real bind, isn't she, Pierre?
Or she'll have to represent herself. Or she'll have to represent herself, which she can.
Okay, I'm dropping the link for you right now. You guys, Gabor's coming up. He has something to say. Perry, how does she find counsel in 3 days?
Well, you know what?
3
Though,
days.
I mean, she found enough time to buy enough clothes in 3 days. She can find. Look, somebody's out there willing to take the cash.
But how is it possible for them to even get caught up on the case in 3 days? You're going to have to ask for some kind of extensions, right?
Well, then really
She could represent herself. Like,
no, she can't do that. She can't do that.
It wouldn't be a good idea, and she's going to lose because she's just going to go, it's expensive to be.
She's going to ask them for more time, and they're going to push the date back.
When I think about it, I mean, just because they quit yesterday, if they quit yesterday, they still may have to represent her on Friday, though.
What do you mean?
Well, you know how, I mean, I'm sure, well, I'm making something up. I'm just
ask Freddie. Freddie, is there a way that they have to stay with her? Because that's why the judge has to give them permission to quit, right?
Listen, she could ask for a delay, which it's likely she probably will. However, she would need to get permission from the court to be able to do that. Now, because her and Tom are known for creating a lot of delays in the past, it's are the court, is the judge willing to add further delays to all of this?
Ooh, hi, Gabor.
Hey.
Isn't this crazy? Her lawyer quit. He wants to quit. He has to get permission first. But can you believe it?
Mm-hmm.
You can?
Yeah, they would have been able to, if I was Joey, that's his name, Joe, the burn victim.
Joe.
They would have been able to get away with it. They would have got away with it because Tom would have been murdered before anybody else had a chance to sue him. There is no way you could rationalize some man holding millions of dollars for me, and I ain't got my money. All of my money. I don't want no money in no trust. I ain't trying to do no business deals with you. I don't want none of that. I want all my money.
I mean, he would have had to give up something, either the cash, his woman, or something. Something would have had.
He would have been dead. He would have been dead. He would have been dead, or they would have had me in jail. Mm-hmm. They would have been like, it was a crazy black burn victim came in here with his gun all in Tom's throat. Had his gun, had his pistol all in Tom's throat. Give me all of it.
Let me tell Freddie what you're talking about. On the documentary, The Housewife and the Hustler, there was a burn victim. We did videos on him before. It was Joe RHOBH.
Yeah, I know about him.
He said when they won the judgment, Tom said, you're newly rich with that large lump sum.
I could take it into a high interest account.
And Gabor saying
that we talked about that before. Now, when you get large money, it is great to put it in a high interest account, but Tom should have given that money, and then it should have been up to the Rio Gomez family to put that money themselves into a high interest account. But of course,
you're agreeing with Gabor. Gabor, you're saying the minute he told you, let me help you make money off of this, and you're sitting in an office with all of his plaques on the wall, and he's really rich and an established attorney, you still would have told him no?
But it was already wrong, because from what the mom said, they came in, they was trying to negotiate, and he told them that we already settled the case. I don't know if your number and my number. Listen, I'm the one who was burned. Okay. I tell you what is appropriate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna try to get me. You know what I'm saying? I need to tell you, I am burnt from the rest of my life. Okay.
But some people trust their attorneys that much. I trust mine.
Especially the position that they were in, you're quite vulnerable at that stage. So if you've got some high-powered, award-winning attorney who's in the Hall of Fame, you're thinking, well, this is one of the top people in Los Angeles who's in the Hall of Fame. I'm going to trust him.
Fred, let me tell you something.
He's in a Hall of Fame for fraud too.
Yeah, exactly. When it comes down to my damn money, I don't give a damn how famous he is. Now, I would trust him when he say, "Hey, I can get you off on this." And I got confidence.
Sir, you have complete faith and trust in our attorney, and I have seen you change your decision because your attorney told you not to.
If Ben called me right now and said, "Hey, we're gonna get this money, but we're gonna put it in a high interest account," no hell you ain't. That's the problem. And then
I wouldn't do that myself. I'm just thinking about.
Okay, right. Well, okay, I see, but I don't want you to make people think it's okay, Freddie. So it's not okay to let somebody put your money in a high interest account that you don't have the account number to.
Right.
It was never a high interest account, allegedly. It probably was just in Tom's account.
The
Right.
fact
But
is,
maybe
they
he
never
thought-
got details of it.
Maybe
They-
he thought they was gonna make entries off of Erika Jane's career.
Yeah, well, I think so because you've seen the document. He invested so much money into her career, like, as if she was Mariah Carey. That was where a big bulk of the money went, besides paying off the judges and all of the government officials. But
Sharrell,
Yeah,
you
the
just said
$20
something.
million
I'm sorry?
that EA Global's got.
You just said something important. We was under the impression that he put a lot of his money into Erica's career. He put other people's money
Right.
into her
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
That's
It was his
why
money.
there's no money left because she don't have one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Was
can't
there
believe
anything?
it. I can't believe it. And then the lady who got the implants, he was sitting here telling this woman that he ain't got the money yet the whole time he got the money.
He's a liar.
I mean, he definitely's got to pay the price for what he did. I'm going to ask Gabor this question. Please don't jump on me, okay? Because people call me naive and gullible. But
What's
do you
good?
think that that Tom is smart and charming, even though he's a criminal? Gabor.
He ain't so smart and charming that he would have been able to get over on me.
Yeah, I know. You.
I would have known when the money was coming in, the date. You know what I'm saying? I need to know everything about my money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need to know the date is coming in. Make sure you got what you got and not $1 over. I decide if you get more than that. And I don't want to go in no business with you. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't come to you for that. I came to you to get my money. I don't need you to be sitting up here trying to tell me stocks and bonds and trying to invest. I didn't come here for that.
Yeah.
I'm burned up. I'm burned up.
I mean,
And also, too, it's a lesson in that you have to be in access of your own money at all times. You might take advice for someone, but you're going to take the money and then you're going to do what you want with it. No one else should have their hands on your money but you.
Agree.
See, I don't think that he would have been able to get away with that from Joe's mom. Not Joe. Which one is the son who died in the motorcycle crash?
I don't remember his name. Yeah.
I don't think that he would have been able to get the money away from her mom. She looked like, she looked well put together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't have been able to run no games on her. These people that he got the money from, the mom, I don't know what all she going through right now, but she just looked like that. She, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to fast talk her.
Yeah.
He was trying to take her fast. You know what I'm saying? She was a lick. He's something that he saw. Y'all don't really know too much. So I'm talking around y'all in circles. The first day he would have told me he was giving me my money and I didn't get my money, it would have been a problem.
Yeah. Stephanie says that lawyer who's trying to quit needs to call Perry's hotline.
That's a damn good idea because we need to know what's going on.
All right, let's move on because this is complicated and she's in a jam, isn't she, Freddie? I mean,
Oh yeah, she's in a tough one. So what I reckon is we're going to be expecting, as I've said, we're going to be expecting probably a delay. She's either going to somehow find someone very quickly, or she's going to represent herself.
I doubt. My mom once told me, if you look at someone who's representing themselves, I can guarantee you're looking at a fool. You can't represent yourself.
Nobody would represent her. I mean, and she'll find somebody.
Does Tom still not have an attorney? Do you know,
What's
Freddie? Did he get a legal counsel yet?
I think I'll have to look into that, actually.
I don't think he has legal counsel yet.
Tupac
I
Mama
mean,
represented
it's
herself.
decisions.
Who did?
Tupac Mama.
Well, I mean, this is too complicated.
But it wasn't no fraud case, though.
Yeah, it's too complicated. Okay, now let's move on to the next criminal. That's Jen Shaw. Okay, she's having a change of heart. This is insane. She's saying that. So they are okay. Her lawyers filed a motion saying that they got 1.3 million documents to go over to help them with their case, build evidence and whatnot. They're saying that's too much paperwork to narrow down what they need to find. They said it would take years to go through all of the paperwork that was submitted to them. Also, in the paperwork, they can't find anything to substantiate the indictment. Nothing that will show intent to fraud. They're saying the most they can find out of the paperwork was a breach of contract. Also, she's saying that they coerced her. Coerced. I hate saying that word.
I've got the declaration for this, actually.
Got it.
I've
Read
got
it.
the court document. So in the background of the individual, it says, she said, and this is Jen Shah's declaration. She says, in 2017, I was the victim of multiple crimes by an individual known to me who stole money from me, violated an order of protection issued by a judge, and assaulted me, causing me physical injuries. In brief, he was arrested on February the 5th, 2017, for, among other things, stealing from me in New York County.
Wait a minute, stop. She's not talking about Stewart, is she?
No, she's not.
Okay, I just wanted to. Sounds like she's jumping ship here. Go ahead.
Who was her assistant that you're talking about, Sharrell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the assistant.
I mean, who
Assistant
attacked her? Go ahead. Sorry.
This is 2017 we talking about.
So she said, and then she says later down it, she says that this guy assault the arresting officer, and then she said, yeah. So in brief, she was arrested on the 5th. This guy was arrested on the 5th for stealing. The arresting officer was a detective of the New York Police Department. After his initial arrest and arraignment, a judge issued a temporary order of protection and required the individual to stay away from me. And then basically what she's saying, because it's quite a long read, is that she was aggravated and that she felt violated by this person. And then she talked, and then moving on to the events of March 30th, 2021, when she was arrested, she said she was arrested while on the road on the way to filming for Bravo. Shortly before I was stopped, an unknown person called me and said that my husband had told this unknown person to call me. The unknown caller told me to head home. I immediately tried calling my husband, but he did not pick up. Even after I called more than once, I began to worry for him. Soon after, I received another phone call, this time from a 917 number. I don't know what that is.
Let me explain to you what she's saying. She was saying why she said these things to the cops. She felt that she felt vulnerable. She had went through the arrest.
And this mysterious number, it just seems like that mysterious number that gets called by Liam Neeson in that, what's that film of when his daughter gets stolen in Paris, you know?
Taken.
And Taken. Yeah, it's like the weird person that calls him in Taken, and he's like, I will hunt you down and I will kill you.
Well, this is what kills me. This is what cracks me up. So all the stuff was going on. So she didn't really know what she was signing, what was going on. She was flustered. She accuses the Detective Chris Bastos of really forcing her to sign these things, knowing that she was in an emotional state. But then she adds in
made her believe that she was in danger as well.
It's so crazy. This one. And then she added, and plus the reason that she didn't know what she was saying is because, or signing, because her eyes were dry and she didn't have any glasses.
Shit, she was better off saying I was on Percocet.
Go ahead, Freddie. I had to get that point out. She's claiming everything.
She was claiming was that they just wanted to talk to her, and she also says she was very confused and emotionally off balance from the strange series of events and thought that she might be the victim of a false identification. Well, that's interesting because, in fact, we know that she did use false identities to be able to run this scam. Yeah. That's in the court documents.
I mean, Perry, does she have a point here? She just got arrested. They manhandled her. She was emotionally vulnerable. She didn't have her glasses and her eyes were dry. Yeah. Couldn't that play a part of her not knowing what she was signing and confessing to?
No, that's all drama.
But she said that she put herself into this. She said when she was asked if she understood her rights, she said, yeah, she shouldn't have said she understood the rights if she actually didn't, which is what she's claiming in the lawsuit that I've got in front of me. She's just realized what she's done. She's realized that she's going to be in the jailhouse for a long time, maybe with Erika, and and she doesn't know what to do.
Let me ask you, Freddie, is it a good argument to say that I was flustered when I signed this document? Is that going to stand up in the court of law?
I think most people, when they get arrested, are flustered, aren't
That's
they? I mean,
true.
I'm not being arrested, so I don't know. But
what about the fact that there's so much paperwork for us to go through all of this?
I mean, there is a lot of paperwork. I have read quite a fair amount whilst earlier on, but it basically, the whole thing of this suit is she's blaming this detective Bastos guy and saying that he basically lied about the rights. He sort of in a way saying that he coerced her into saying that she understood these rights, but she didn't have to say she understood them. You can say, I don't understand the rights if you don't understand the rights, because when you're making a declaration, you're swearing.
Yes.
So
what do you think, Gabor? Is that going to stand up in a court of law?
No.
Yeah, I don't.
Not at all.
It might not stand up. That's ridiculous.
Well, listen, it could be true. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Oh, really?
I don't believe her either. But people do get dry eyes, okay? And it makes paperwork blurry. And then you have this detective barking in her face. She just got manhandled and been arrested on television. I would be flustered too.
Well, I get it. I mean,
let me read this super chat. It says, Kathy is now steering Kyle away from this mess, doing lies and interviews, to recreating beef with LVP, trying to fill headlines with anything. We're going to address that right after we talk about Jen Shah.
And and see, Jen, you got a shout out. You know, you want to be famous. That's why y'all came on the show. You see, it's not enough to do fraud and not show people. Y'all want to do fraud and show everybody, show the world.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they gave you a shout out in Erika. But see, the thing is though, you the hustler in your household, Jen. You the hustler. And what's her husband's name? What's her husband's name? Malik. Sharif is the house husband, and you the hustler.
Except we're making Jen Shah famous by reading out her lawsuit.
Let me ask you guys this:
the counselor, and
Gabor,
now
did Sharif know what Jen was doing?
No comment. I ain't gonna do him like that.
Look, I mean, I say that he knew something was going on. Look, I might not know where she was getting it from, but if I knew she wasn't getting it from me, and I'm always gone, and when I come back, she always got a lot of money. I would assume she was doing something.
But she has she made it look legit. Freddie, didn't she make it look legit? She had all of these assistants. They're doing something, some kind of work.
She had 1,000,001 assistants. She had Stuart, and I don't know. She was, and the fact is, she was renting a house. Surely, if you have loads of money, you'd buy a house, because renting is like, if you could afford to buy a house, why would you rent? Because it's dead money. You'd be better investing in a house. So with this shady scheme, the fact you're renting, that raises alarm bells to me personally.
She was running around like she was Kathy. I would expect Kathy to have 3 assistants and stuff like that. Not Jen Shah. You know what I'm saying? I thought that she was a billionaire the way she running around with 3 assistants. You know what I'm saying? Every time she's showing up for a scene, she got on a new outfit. You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly what she wanted you to think. See, you know, she got so caught up with the lights and stuff. She didn't care what was actually real or not. And it's just ridiculous. And no, Sharrell, dry eyes do not make you stupid. Okay. She could have got a damn attorney, and she knows she could have, but a person like that think that, oh, I'm sexy, I'm cute. I'm not saying she is, but that's in her mind.
Yeah.
I can just tell them this and I can get away with it.
Yeah,
listen to this.
Sheriff Sharif likes to, put the handcuffs on me and, do that type of thing when he's sheriff telling her what to do.
Look, Kobe puts a serious question in front of us. Which is worse, stealing from burn victims or seniors? What's worse, Jen Shah or Tom Girardi? We got to make a choice right now, starting with you, Gabor.
I mean, both of them equally bad to me.
No, you got to pick one.
Tom Girardi, I'd say, because this has been going on for way longer than Jen Shah is, and these burn victims have lost their lives. This is all problems health-wise without these operations and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, Gabor, who's worse?
Tom.
Yeah,
the seniors got to live their life. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, they done lived. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pay this man. Pay this man. Pay the man. You done already got 33%. You done already got 33% of $333 million. That's over $100 million.
Yeah.
Right? They hiding that money somewhere. I ain't see no $100 million when I seen Erika Jane. I didn't see no millions of dollars when I said she wasn't that fab. She wasn't that fab.
Let me ask you this, Gabor.
Mm-hmm.
After seeing the documentary, what are the things that stuck out in your mind?
They hid that money. I wonder who got their money. Erika mama got some of the money hidden somewhere. Her son got it. All of his kids and stuff got it. They got that money is hidden somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You see how girl, when they got her childhood friend, they ain't seen each other in years, but they thought they was gonna be like sisters, and she came up. That's the type of person they got holding their money. A girl she knew a long time ago, hold this 20 million for me. You know what I'm saying? They got money spread around like that.
After seeing the documentary, do you think that Erika was in on it? She had to be.
Of course.
I believe. Of course she was. You accept a random loan of 20. She accepted a loan of 20 million. And as I said in the last time,
can you explain that to me, Freddie? Who gave her 20 million?
Tom loaned her the Girardi piece. Tom loaned Erika the $20 million, and of course she did know she had. So this in Beverly Hills, she's pretending, still sort of like, yeah, Tom and I agree. But before,
I'm confused. When did he loan her this 20 million? And how do you loan your wife money?
He invested the money, but he was really washing the money.
So that's what people call washing into her company account.
Oh.
So EJ Global companies have a bank account.
Yeah.
That money into that bank account.
When did he do that? What was it? Like recently or a long time ago?
It was a few years ago.
And so all of her glam
thing is that in Beverly Hills, she claims that she didn't know about this before she texts this, oh, we're getting divorced. But as I said in the previous video, she had 2 subpoenas against her. One, I believe, in September or October. One in May and then one in October 2020. So, and that was to do, and she was told about, and that was personally delivered to her house, to the Pasadena house.
Yeah.
And it was about the Rio Gomez case that Tom owed them over $11 million. So then you must be thinking, okay, this is weird. I've been delivered by the court. I've got a subpoena against me of over $11 million.
Hold on, let me read this for Stephanie. Additionally, Tom had explicit duty to act in his client's best interest. If the allegations are true, he violated his duty. He abused his power, most definitely.
Y'all give me about $10 million. I could find the money. I know where to find the money. If he gave Erika Jane 20, come on, Perry. Tell the people to call you. We can go and find the money for a couple of $1 million. Let me tell you where to look for. If he gave her $20 million, we got to look at her staff. She probably gave them bonuses, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? She probably gave them bonuses. I want to see her stylist. I want to see his boyfriend accounts. I know how people can be. I'll find the money. You know what I'm saying?
And then we're not going to get it.
I'm not going to put it in your name. We could put it in your boyfriend's name because you work too close to me. So we'll just put it in his account and make it seem like we don't know what's going on.
That's what ended up happening too. That's why he loaned his wife the money to go under a certain company account. Like, because you can safeguard a lot of money. If the money go bad, that company can write off certain things. He can write it off or whatever. Just flip it up. If it go too bad, just, maybe file bankruptcy, do something. But I'm saying it's a way to hide money. And they probably got a lot of little small businesses where they funnel all this money through.
Let me ask you a question, Perry. She has 3 days to find new counsel. Can she find top quality counsel? And where's this money going to come from?
I'm not sure. I mean, she got some money.
You think so?
Right now, as we speak, as the gardeners leave that backyard, they probably got big bags of trash bags full of cash, transporting it somewhere for them. She got the money. Somebody would do it, just, out of it. But I'm thinking if that's the case, either she gonna find somebody or these people, because they're on the, because I don't think they can just drop off the day before the hearing. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they would have to just at least make an appearance or something on Friday for her. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that'll give her more time.
Yeah,
that'll give her more time.
Someone, just to say, it is proven, it's in court documents that it's 20 million that's in EJ Global. Yes, Tom did have a net worth of 80 million. We don't know, but that's him. We know for a fact that Erika has $20 million in an EJ Global account, and we don't know what the deal is with that.
Ooh, what else, Gabor, really quick, did you want to tell Freddie about that documentary? Because it was good, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I just can't. And and then Tom came over there with the people from the flight from Indonesia, got the people money and left. How, Sway?
Which was even worse because the one Indonesian son that was talking, he was an orphan. Like, Tom, you're stealing from orphans? Like, who does that?
You have no self-pride.
That money is hidden.
Agreed.
I'm just trying to see where the money that they were stealing, I don't see Erika being fab like that. She just wasn't that fabulous for me to just say that they got that money. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he was born money, that money, you got to watch these people. You got to watch them. See, it's not enough to no more. I told y'all a while ago, it ain't enough to be rich no more. You want to be rich and famous. You get what I'm saying? She should have been a friend of the show. And Erika want me to believe that she ain't got none of the money. She should have started back at her roots. She should have been out there stripping back at that club. What's the name of the show? She should have been back at the Titty Bar. She should have been back at the Titty Bar to make me believe that she ain't had no money.
Let me answer this question really quick. It's on Hulu, Michelle. It's on Hulu. And if you don't have Hulu, you can sign up for it. They give you 7 days free. Sign up for it and then cancel out. That's what I would do. One more super chat from Winnie Mom. She says they need to pick up Erika, turn her upside down, and pat. Oh wow. Pat her kitty till the money falls out. Oh my God. I mean, I will say this about the documentary, Freddie, that you missed. I didn't think it was possible, but this
Freddie, you haven't seen it? Freddie hasn't seen it?
They haven't showed it in England.
It's not in the UK at the moment. And as I said to Sharrell, I don't care what two ex-wives wannabe bloggers have to say on this. They have no qualification.
Horrible bottom feeders, Daniel Wilkie and Daniel Staub did not ruin the documentary. It's excellent. They didn't even need them, really. They were just there spewing, saying mean things.
And can I add to that they haven't met them? So yeah, what was it? Danielle Staub. She claimed that she'd met Erika on Watch What Happens Live, but I did some research myself, and I can't see anywhere Danielle and Erika being on a Watch What Happens Live together.
Don't say that, Freddie.
Well, they both worked at the strip club, though. They both worked at the Titty Bar. They both worked at the Titty Bar. She said that herself.
You really can't find.
And if they was in there stripping for a little bit more money, of course. If they was in there stripping, they'll sell a little something.
You already called Erika out as being a stripper and not a go-go. You just didn't buy that lie. How come?
I could look at her and tell. Erika, see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't know broke until you've been to the South and seen broke. New York broke ain't the same thing as being broke from the South. Erika grew up broke, and so she don't give a damn about them victims. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking this money because of what I've been through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't understand a heartless person like that. She was out there showing her T&A. She was showing T&A, and for probably $200 or $300 more, she'll sleep with you. And then she done went over here and caught this man. Listen.
I mean, she wasn't gonna let that money go.
She went over there and started messing with Tom and all that money. She want all that money, and I don't care about them victims. Y'all should have never told them you would invest it.
Yep.
It's a 0%. It's a 0 chance that you will take a loss. I want all my money. I'm not investing in nothing with you. I didn't come here for that. I came for you to win me my money. Unask my money. Unask my money. My pistol would have been in his mouth.
Go ahead, Freddie. I'm sorry. You going to say something?
Yeah,
looking at my child over here burnt. Could you imagine looking at your child sitting over here burnt up and he ain't got his money?
No.
Mm-hmm.
But
and
what I
he's
was
driving
saying,
a Rolls. Oh, hell no.
Go ahead, Freddie.
But what I was saying with this is I have Googled this and I can't see any images on Google when you type in Erika Jane, New Jersey. It seems, according to Google, the only New Jersey housewife Erika has been on Watch What Happens Live is our favorite, Jennifer Aiden. So, you know, and also...
Danielle said she was on there twice with her. That's what Danielle said.
Hold on, let me read this super chat. Gabor for president. President? Okay, I don't know about president, but
the people would have got their money, though.
Listen, do you guys think Danielle Staub, I'm going to ask you this, Gabor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Danielle Staub will lie just to get on a documentary? Just so
I think that they probably needed some girls. What they did was they tried to get some girls that was on the show or in the Real Housewife franchise to make it seem, you know, more credible. Yeah, more credible. And I think that
why didn't they get Real Housewives, the legit ones? Why did they get the two with the worst reputation?
Because
I think that they got
contract that they can't do that.
Oh,
they did issue a statement that said Bravo and NBC Universal chose not to comment, but they also Erika has a good rapport with most of the housewives. You know what I'm saying? So her and Danielle probably didn't like each other.
They could have got Bethany Frankel. They could have got a Real Housewives that people would have listened to.
See, them girls doing fraud too. They just ain't got caught. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a little bit dirt in their background if you look hard enough. If you squint deep enough, everybody got a little bit dirt on them and they don't want their stuff to blow up.
I'm just glad that I thought it was going to be a bunch of fluff because Danielle Staub and Dana Wilkie were on there, but it was not. It was an excellent documentary. And for me, it filled in all the blanks when it said how Tom did it, how he like just kind of charmed these people and tricked them into doing things. Now, I know you're saying, Gabor, that you're smarter. He wouldn't have got your money, but some people are more vulnerable than others.
Exactly. And the other thing is, okay, I will watch it and just mute it when those two come on.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't really contribute anything good to the documentary. If you really ask me, I mean, they just kind of said bad things and how phony.
What I'll say with that is, I'm not saying definitely. I'm saying from what I've searched on the internet, there are no pictures of Danielle Staub and Erika Jane together on Watch What Happens Live, and that the only evidence I can personally see of Erika doing Watch What Happens Live with a New Jersey person is Jennifer Aiden.
That is terrible.
Whether she's met her backstage or not, she hasn't clarified. And the other thing that needs to be considered is that surely these articles saying Danielle Staub slams Erika Jane, wouldn't they then have a picture of Erika and Danielle Staub together on Watch What Happens Live?
Maybe she.
I'd rather see a picture of them in shakers. I want to see a picture of them. I want to see a picture of them in their shaker days. I want to see a picture of them in their shaker days.
Like when they were stripping but not stripping.
Listen, their reputation is so bad. You have people saying that, you know, she could have lied. We wouldn't put it past Danielle or Dana to lie. These women, they just have bad reputations. That's all. And that's crazy. But it didn't ruin the documentary, which is great. The documentary was amazing. And I couldn't help it, Gabor. Parts of it made me think that Tom is a very smart man. He just used it in a bad way. I mean, it is what it is.
Damn sure.
Yeah, it is bad. Listen, Freddie, you got the great details today. So thank you for calling me and sharing that with the panel. I really appreciate that. No attorney for Erika Girardi unless the judge says you're not going anywhere. But they want to quit.
But I want to know, but see, what you notice, they never said how much, because Tom got money for Joe's mom, Joe and his sister. You know what I'm saying? And they just reached an agreement that they'll just give him $11 million. But I want to know what the number originally was. I want to know what was the original number.
And I agree with you, Gabor. They should have been in on the settlement. So it's
Who
crazy.
should have been in on the? Yeah, I want my money. And the day that it would have hit that account, I want my money.
Yeah.
But see, Freddie, he was such of a scam artist. They didn't really say how old. Correct me if I don't remember correctly. If they said how old Joe was when the burn happened, whatever happened, the explosion happened. But he done sit up here and convinced this man that another judge done told him that he didn't want him to give him the money all at one time because he was gonna lose the money. If I lose the money, that's my prerogative. Unask my money. I would told the other judge, unask my money. Give me all my money.
What you're saying, Gabor, and I've never said do that if you're told to say no. Take the money. Take the money. Don't get someone like Tom because you can't trust people.
Yeah,
I know, but what I'm saying, he was lying on another man, and the other man had to come out and they released statements from him saying he didn't ever tell Tom that. You know what I'm saying? So the boy thinking like, oh, well, Tom. See, that's the thing though. They would have had to a judge would have had to drag me into court telling me that they couldn't unask my money, and they would have got me for contempt because I'd have told them, you don't tell me not to give me all my money. Now, I'm sitting up here burnt. You don't tell me he ain't gonna give me all my money. I want all my money.
Go ahead and wrap this up. But before I wrap this up, I wanted to give you guys an update on Perry's Hotline. It's a huge hit. It's crazy.
It's a wonderful hangout.
It's a huge hit. People are signing up left and right. They're talking. It's more personal. And you said people were texting you that they like it better this way.
Yeah, I mean, because I can get back to you faster.
Yeah,
this way, and we could just communicate. It could be something simple.
Also, they like the updates and they like everything going to their phone. So you guys, if you haven't checked it out yet, as Perry would say, it's free. Go ahead and check out and sign up for his hotline where you get updates on gossip. You can call him for advice. It's so stupid.
Oh, you can just call me and say, hey, what's up, Perry? That's it.
You can also give show ideas. If you want to if you want us to talk about a certain, hot topic, we can go ahead and do that. It's really, really good. And it's a huge hit. I laughed at you at first. I do apologize, Perry.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, it's not the first time.
Gabor, you have an admirer. I love Gabor. So funny. He's hilarious. We love him.
I think me and Perry, if me and Perry go find that $20 million, all I want, how much you want, Perry? Me and Spray could split 10 million of it because y'all wouldn't have found it without us. I want 5. Give Perry 5. We'll go get the money.
Look, man, you got me rolling at 3.5, and man, you down there in LA right now.
I don't need 20. I just take a $500,000. That's it.
Just let me and Perry find a 20 million. Me and Perry get 10 out of the deal. And then me and Perry got a business for y'all to invest in for the other 10 million. Y'all could invest that in us.
Yeah.
So
like something big when they find it.
Because Ronald Rich is going to find the access. And then you can go down there and find the cash. Yeah. And we can go and find the cash.
Thank you, Freddie, for this news. It's a huge, important piece of the case. I'm sure you'll be on it if you find anything else. We really appreciate it. I wanted to thank everyone for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do. So I really, really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Chat, you guys were on fire, giving us information and just telling us your thoughts, because this is crazy. I don't think this has happened in television history, has it, guys? Where we have in reality TV history.
At the same time,
at the same time. Yeah, it's crazy. Also, I wanted to thank my moderators. Thank you guys for jumping on last minute. Gabor, thank you for joining on board. Let the people know, what did you think really quickly of the documentary, and do they need to check it out?
Yeah, they need to check it out. I liked it.
Yeah, it was great. All right, you guys. Anybody else has any last words?
Just one last thing, and for everybody to know, Perry Hotline was hosted at Shakers today.
Perry,
we're coming to you live from Shakers.
That's what the pictures in the background for.
Yeah,
I doubt those girls in Shakers was of that quality.
Perry has absolutely no sense. Don't forget to check out his sign up for his hotline, area code 702-553-3288. On 3, guys. Let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye.